everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of teaching a horse close circles at Liberty. I'm here with Onnit, my 3-year-old gelding, and he's just getting started with this. We haven't actually achieved a close circle at Liberty yet, but we're working our way there. And so I've worked on some of the fundamentals with him with the halter and lead rope on, and today we're going to start building the connection at Liberty. So here's the general premise. Horses are very geographic, location and direction oriented. Okay, they're very geographically oriented. They're very aware of where things happen in the arena or in the round pen or whatever space you're in. So what I'm going to try to do, if he was wild, where would he probably be in the round pen? Out on the fence, thinking away from the human. Okay, that's where their instincts would tell them to go, is think out, get further away. So what I'm going to try to do is create this situation in here where the center of the round pen is Switzerland, is the safe zone, okay? And the outside of the round pen, we won't use any other countries as examples, but the outside of the round pen is the hot lava. That's where we don't want him to be. So if he chooses to leave when I'm trying to do a close circle, I'm going to let him go all the way to the fence. And the first couple of feet, so he's got to be between here and here in order for me to put pressure on him. And I want him to get clear, this is hot lava. As long as you stay off the fence, this is the safe zone, okay? So while he's in the safe zone, I'm not going to put excessive pressure on him. I might cue him and make suggestions, but I'm not going to get after him or put pressure on. If I find that I need to put a little more pressure on, I would probably go back online. Okay, I wouldn't do it at Liberty, all right? Keep in mind, I've already taught him the Find Your Herd game. Okay, so you can refer back to a previous YouTube video on that, and where I teach a horse to find your herd. So that video is already out there. So he has had, he has had that game, and now we're going to try to just expand that game and move it to where my position is in the center of the round pen, and the outside is where the pressure is. So let's go ahead and give it a try. There is another specific technique that's very important about this. A lot of people, when they go to start their close circles, they will start off, and I'm not even going to do it one time to give you an example because it's that big of a thing not to do, which is to drive him away from you and then put him on a circle. I'm not going to do that. If your horse is a bit dominant, is in your space, has bad ground manners, you shouldn't really be trying this game. You should be working on creating some distance and moving their shoulders away. So by the time you get to here, you want to have all that sorted out already. So to start this, I need to be able to back up and have him follow me, okay? So this is the start of the close circle at Liberty for me. I'm going to move my feet backward and around on a circle. And then to get to my circle, I'm just going to make mine smaller, and then I'm just going to push him around me. Woo, that's looking pretty good already. Looks like we practiced this. But the truth is, all I did was warm him up online and practice those fundamentals that I showed in part 1. Very cool. So he was really good there, so I'm going to stop and bring him in. He was actually a little too good. I wasn't expecting that, but we warmed it. But the truth is, we warmed him up well online, and so I got his mind in the box and thinking about coming to me. And so because his mind is in the right place, he's making that look pretty easy. Now, there's a big difference between doing this at walk and trot. Oh, there he's thinking about leaving. Spoke too soon. So I'm going to let him leave, get all the way to the rail, and then I'm going to go out here and say, it's hot lava out here. Put a little pressure there, and then I'm going to get back to the center, and I'm going to wait for him to come find me in the center. If he doesn't find me in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to go put pressure. Oh, so he did it. I probably would have given him one more lap. If he had went another lap and hadn't found me in the middle of the pen, I would have went and put another bit of pressure out there on him. So he can't be on a holiday when he gets out to the fence. It's got to be pressure out there so that shows him the relief is on the inside of the pen. And I believe that was that going left? So you got to keep track of which way you're going. And I had one way that went real easily, and then I think I went to the left, and then that got a bit uncomfortable for him. So I'm going to ask him to follow me here, and we're going to stay to the left. So you need to train a horse on both sides, but for this particular maneuver, if they're struggling on one side, stay on that side, get that good, and then leave it alone. So now I feel like we got a bit of a start here to the left. So I'm going to spiral in with my feet. Very nice. Good deal. Now I'd love to ask him to canter here and see what happens, but he's being really good. And so I'm going to release my stick. I'm going to walk backwards and bring him into me. Say, good boy. If I was going to give him a cookie, now would probably be a good time. He was pretty good there. I really enjoy this horse. He's so smart. He catches on very quickly. He's very laid back. So he makes this look pretty easy. So not every horse is as easy as he is, but with the right setup, you'll get it there. So now I'm going to make it a little harder. I can make it harder by adding speed or changing direction. So I'm going to add speed here to start with. So we didn't quite lose him. He thought about leaving, and then he thought, maybe there was a rappel from that outside fence. So it's not that I want to come at this from two ways. I want draw here, but I also want him to be repelled off that fence and go, I don't want to be out there. It's not ever been a good experience being out by that rail. You know, when horses go somewhere, they're either going there because they have natural draw to where they're choosing to go to, or because they don't like, somewhere else. So there we lost our draw. So now I'm going to go put a little pressure on. That one was really good because he was also facing away from me. So that was a really nice example there. Good choice. Very good. So I would love to just start up again, but he needs a minute here to just kind of settle, find relief in here. Let that soak in that this is a good spot to be. So he's ran into pressure when he went out there, but he always gets a little break when he comes in here. So I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna get him following me. Now, I don't want to reinvent the wheel here and come up with 5 different liberty cues to keep him with me. If he's going to leave, he needs to leave. I call that signing them up. You got to let them commit to their mistake. If I babysit them too much here and make it too easy in the middle, I don't want to make it too hard either. I don't want to make it too hard. I also don't want him to get relief standing out there away from me. I want him to come all the way into the middle. This is where, if you've done part 1 of this video series, it's going to make your life a lot easier here. So he's definitely not ready for canter yet. He's going to make too many mistakes if I try canter. I need to get it a little more solid in his brain that this is where the... Can you guys see him kind of hooking onto this circle this time? He's on it just a little bit stronger. There's that punt again. Try to change the direction here, get a little trick and fancy. Again, this is this horse's like 3rd time at Liberty, like ever. So, but I set him up well on the ground and on line. Good. So that would be a great session for him. It wasn't very long. We didn't do anything else off camera. So that's kind of what it is for this horse. Now, if they were a more reactive horse, you could warm them up more online, that sort of thing. But my point is they don't need to do this a long time. You want to pepper this in. Don't drill for oil. So this is a lot of fun playing with your horse at Liberty. It's really good for the relationship with them, for building more connection. And it's also really good for the person because playing with a horse at Liberty really requires you to understand horse psychology, positioning, what part, putting pressure on what part of their body, certain parts of their body is going to create different responses. And so you get really good at this sort of thing. One of the things I find to be true is that people that are really good at Liberty also do really well with Mustang taming. So kind of interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and we'll see you guys on the next one.